What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Circus. Today we're featuring another live duel over here. On the left side here we have your Floowandereeze. This is post banless. They still don't have the whatever it's called statue back. And on the right side here we have Spright. The deck profile you guys saw yesterday. Before we dive in, over to like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna see Floowandereeze going to start it off here with a Product Prosperity in that gorgeous Starlight Rare here, banishing 6 for cost. And it's going to resolve here. We're going to see a DD Crow and another Starlight Rare, the Tactics, and we're going to be seeing a Dark Ruler No More Advent, and they're going to add the Advent there. We're not going to hear about the rest. We do see a duality there. And so we're in a hard spot. They have 5 cards in hand here. We're going to be seeing a duality here, revealing the map Eaglin and the D-shift. They're treating the map there, so having an additional normal summon essentially right here is going to be very, very good for the Floowandereeze player. They're going to be activating the map here, going to be revealing the Rabina, and they're going to be banishing an Eaglin from the deck, I believe. And we know they have the Advent, so there's no point of, they have right now a little bird as well as a big bird here. We're going to take a think, and they're going to activate, adding back the Eaglin, and then they're going to be able to, search for another one here. Either the Street or the Toucan. And they're going to go for a DD Crow here. So that lets us know that maybe they don't have the DD Crow. They're going to be normal summoning out the Eaglin here. DD Crow being a very good card this format. We're going to hit that with the Imperm, hoping that they don't have another, hoping they don't have a big bird. But here they're going to hit it with the Advent, tag it out so that the Imperm does not follow. And that's going to let them search for a Stree here. And maybe there's a little bit of misplay. We should have probably held it for the M-Pen, but they're going to search for the M-Pen here. They're normal summon out the Stree, activate the effect, banishing it. They had the Stree anyways, hoping maybe they don't have the Toucan. Go for the M-Pen, the ultra rare, my favorite one. I love me ultra M-Pens. Adding both of them back here, and then you're going to be able to search. We do see Featherstorm in the main deck, which I think is pretty interesting. Searching for that trap. They're going to be able to normal summon out the Street. It already activated its effects, but it doesn't matter because they're going to be using their regular normal summon to normal summon out the second M-Pen. So they already had it in hand, showing us that, it wouldn't have mattered. We would have still had it anyways. And they're going to activate the Dreaming Town here. So they have pretty much the absolute stone, setting a card and going to be passing their turn there. So we're going to have to deal with a Floodgate, and then you're going to be able to tribute summon one of our monsters or spells and traps if we're playing a trap deck. So, going to be seeing this, and it does not look too good for us. We're going to be activating the Fractal here. It's going to let us dumping the Kit. Kit effect's going to dump the Nerval, and Nerval's going to be adding us the Karis here. Trying not to normal summon as much as we can, and we do have a level 2 here. Do we have a way to get Nerval onto the field and then summon out a like maybe a red or something? We're going to be seeing the Karis summon itself out by pitching the whatever his Kit. Setting it in defense position so we can activate the effect here. He's going to flip up the trap card, so he's going to be able to get rid of that Karis before we activate its effects. You're going to summon out that Rabina, activate the effect, add back, and then Rabina is going to resolve. Searching. And going to be immediately normal summoning here. Adding that Toucan. So now we have all the birds in rotation. And normal summon that Eaglin, activating the effect. Probably going for the Ryza or the Mist Alley, the Apex Avion here. Going to be using the Karis to go for the Apex Avion, and right now it is pretty much a game. So you guys might be thinking, like, why are we going to be continuing playing, showing off our deck? We already both know what each other is playing. This is like the last round in the tournament before we get the top cut. So here I'm going to activate the starter, summoning out the red, taking 1,000, hoping that maybe we're going to be able to summon it back out. And then we're going to be summoning out the Jet. Jet effect's going to activate here. And he's thinking about negating it with the Apex. He's going to chain the Apex Avion. That's going to be fine. We're not going to negate with the red because then it'll be able to activate again. No point of doing that. We don't have a way to destroy it. So then we're going to be, negating the. We're going to be normal summoning out the angler here, and he's going to be normal summoning Street, banishing it. Then he's going to be using it, and it's going to be Scoop. Being able to just normal summon out the Apex Avion with our own monsters, and that's going to be game here. And then it just tells me how, I'm like, I should have held the imperm for my turn, but it wouldn't have made a difference. As we see here. So interesting, we do see a cherries in the main deck, or in the side deck here. We saw the Cashier Shangri-La being banished there off the prosperity. But pretty cool that that we see the cherries target. I don't know how cherries is this format, but in a deck like Floowandereeze, you don't actually really need very much for your whole extra deck. Like you need maybe just one copy of Zeus. I guess you could run 2 copies of Zeus if you get hit by the unicorn, and then you could run like a Downard as well as the Fucoco, or a copy of the Lyrillus monster lets you search for your DD Crow. But you're going to see Tri-Brigade, Spright going to be choosing to go first here. Shuffling up, looking at his deck. I think this is like a little bit more interesting. Like he has to figure out what he wants to put in this deck and take out. Like we see the Reapers, so he's gonna be going second. He knows that. He took out a Dark Ruler Normal, which I think is interesting. Maybe hoping that he doesn't get to the complete board of the Spright, but here's gonna hit us with the D Shifter, and that's going to be very rough for us. We can't really beat the D Shifter. We're gonna be chaining a starter in response here. So that the starter will be in graveyard, so potentially for a Smasher's play. Summoning out the blue, and then we're going to be seeing the starter hit the graveyard first, then D-Shifter's going to resolve, and then blue effect's going to activate, searching us for the Jet here. Summoning out the Jet effect's going to activate, searching us for a starter. Some days I wish I paid Double Cross, but the problem is with Double Cross is that you are running essentially 2 bricks with the whatever his name is, Revolt as well as itself. Here we're looking at what we can do here. We're going to overlay for a gigantic. Yeah, we can't really do very much because of the fact that we are under the D Shifter here. We pretty much have to just wall up and hope that he can't OTK us. We're going to summon out that kit when hoping that kit may be going to last till our next turn. Karis is going to summon itself out here. It's kind of weird that we're, just banishing stuff to bring it back. Double Cross could be kind of interesting if we made like a Sure Egg and then linked it off and then, activated the effect of Double Cross, bring it back, it'd banish it again. We're going to be linking off into IP here. Setting a few cards. Maybe we have Revolt in hand and we're trying to get them into the banish zone regardless. We're going to activate his starters here, summoning out either the Jet, or not Jet, but the Carrot here. For it not to be a holo is kind of cruel to us, Konami. Like Carrot should have been a super rare in the OTS pack. He's going to hit with the Lightning Storm here. Calling monsters. We're going to be forced to chain the IP here, but it will protect us. It being not able to be destroyed by card effects feels very great. I want to apologize for cutting off, that graveyard right there. But unfortunately, that's just how the camera was. We had way too much stuff on the table. Um, the tables were pretty crazy. We had a lot of people at this event. Going for that Pit Knight here. Then we're going to normal summon out an Eaglin. Activate the effect. We're going to hit that with an Ash with Swiftness. And they're simply just going to pass their turn here. So, now we are dealing with no shifter. No shifter, no problem. We're going to be overlaying for a gigantic here, activating the effect, detaching the carrot. The summon out here, probably a kit. Going in for the blue, okay. Blue effect's going to activate, searching for the jet. We're summoning everything in defense. Then we're going to summon out the jet in attack position here. No effect. We're going to be linking summoning for the Sprin. The Sprin will be dumping the Angler. Then summoning out the 2 beavers there. Once again, in attack position this time. Okay, we're learning. What's crazy with this is we can use the 2 beavers to go into Faragite here, which because you can use 2 beasts, then I can summon out any Tri-Brigade we need from our hand, which is pretty nice. There's no way that's a Revolt set as well. So that is Revolt. Okay, so we're going to summon out... Can we summon out the Nerval here? I don't think we can. I think we have to summon out Kit as well as the... Yeah, I don't think we can, unfortunately. We can't really go for this because we need to summon out level 2s. We're locked in level 2s. People forget that a lot with the Revolt, but we do have Kit in the Banish Zone. So essentially would have just dumped a Nerval. Would have had another extender in the graveyard, essentially. So a little bit of misplay by our part, but it just leave it so that we'd have 1 in Banish still. We'd have no Nervals in deck, but we would be getting the body extra link material in the graveyard there. So then we're going to be able to search for the Revolt here, because we are playing 2 right now. We did cut this build here. Then we're going to put 1 onto the bottom of the deck. We're going to activate the effect of Faragite, specialing out the Karis. And then we're going to activate the effect here of Karis, banishing 2 to summon out the Ancient Warrior here. We're going to battle phase attack, and this should be game if I'm not mistaken. And then moving on into game 3 here. Okay. It's crazy how that board was, if we had another card, if we didn't side in the copy of Double or Gamma Burst, but if we had the copy of Gamma Burst, that could have been game way sooner, and being potentially able to just have way too much. Because what does it do? All linked gain 1400, so then Faragite would be at 3k. We'd have that gigantic at 46, and then that'd be crazy. That's insane. That's definitely going into the deck. Now that starter is gone, I think that Gamma Burst is a crazy card itself, anyways. Like just and like even banishing it to just gain 1 monster to gain the 14 is not that bad as well. But moving on to the game 3, it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. We're going to be seeing that the Floowandereeze player is going to be choosing to go first or second, and Flu is known to be able to play these crazy going second board breaker cards. And do they choose to go first now with no statue, or do they choose to just go second? It's the same thing. Like, do you side and nib against Flu because the fact that they can't statue lock you anymore? At the same time, like if you're playing that many hand traps, do you really want to nib them? You're gonna hit them with they can't really play under 2 hand traps, so hitting them with 1 doesn't even stop their turn. So you really want a dead card? Yes, like the Tri-Brigade stuff can put it back to the bottom of the deck, but at the same time, do you really want that? before we dive in, you're going to see a prosperity. So he's going to start off going first still, banishing those 6 very, very easily. We're going to be seeing a 2 shifters, Eaglin, Featherstorm, Tactics, as well as Map here. Let me say choose the shifter. Choosing the map there, and then on res, we're going to hit them with the Droll. And here we are. We think we're safe here. He's going to activate the Triple Tactics Thrust, and he can set a card here, which is insane. I wish you couldn't activate Thrust under Droll. I wish it was like you had to add to hand, and then if they don't have a monster, you can't activate it this turn. I wish it would be worded like that, but unfortunately, it's not. So they will be able to add to hand, or we'll be able to set the card. But still, card's crazy. We're going to activate a starter here, and then we're going to be able to summon from the deck. I think we have to go for the carrot here, yeah. Forcing them to activate their stuff, summoning an attack position here, taking the 1,000. And then that was during the draw phase here. Then we're going to go main phase, prio, special summon out the blue. Activate the blue effect here. And they're going to flip up the Dreaming Town, and they're going to attempt the chain, but we did not say respond. So this is interesting. We had a ruling. We thought that Reaper was a trigger, but unfortunately it's not a trigger. It's a condition, if your opponent controls more monsters. So this is where we're talking about a ruling here. We had to ask a judge. So taking time here to talk about a ruling, that is important. You cannot build a chain, which I learned today. So how chains work is chains only work if they're trigger effects. So after every chain, so let's say you normal summon. Unless they have a response to the normal summon, they have a time to chain something. So here, like we could chain the carrot to negate, because cherries is a if your opponent controls, not like when your opponent controls. If it was a when, it could be a trigger effect because the trigger has happened. I control more monsters than he does. So here's going to be chain link 1 is going to be blue effect going to activate here. Then he's going to be able to respond with the, because he has no effects that can stop. So when we normal summoning blue, he has no effects that can stop the copy of blue. He's going to activate that. We have a chance to respond. We're going to respond with the carrot. He's going to be chaining the copy of Reapers here, sending or banishing or revealing the gigantic. And then he'll be able to banish our gigantics here. We're going to search for the jet because blue will still resolve. And then we're going to, we're actually searching for the red here. Okay, interesting choice. Summoning with the red there, so now we have another monster negate. And then we're going to be normal summoning the kit here. So now we'll be able to, or he'll be able to activate the trigger effect of the map if he wants to. He's choosing not to. And we're going to be linking both those away for a sprint. Sprint effect is going to activate as well as the kit, sending the Nerval as well as an Angler. Angler effect as well as Nerval is going to be activating here. Summoning out the 2 beavers from the deck, both in attack position here. And then we're going to be able to search for a Karis off of the Nerval. So protecting ourselves from the monsters here, we're going to be linking both of those away for a Ferrigite. We are moving to the right zones. We're not moving any zones there. Fortunately, red is kind of in a bad zone. Activate the Ferrigite effect to special summon out the copy of Karis, but we are locked into link 2s or level 2s because of the fact of starter was used during the draw phase. We're going to link both of those away for a Pit Knight here. And we'll be able to draw off the effect of Ferrigite, put back to the bottom of the deck. We're going to activate the Circus, banishing the Floowandereeze as well as the kit to be able to summon from the extra deck our copy of Double Dragon Wards. We're going to go battle phase and whack, whack, and whack. Once again, if we were playing the double cross, this would have been able to be a game right away. We're going to be setting a card and passing, and this is a little bit of a misplay. We have Duster in our hand here. We should have activated Duster, got rid of that map, but we just said, oh, I don't want to be greedy. I think I can deal with the map and whatever cards he has in hand. He only has 3 cards in hand. One of them is going to also be a normal summon, But I'm like, okay, we have a trap card. We have, I assume it's a revolt, but we have starter. Okay, so we're gonna activate starter here, and then he's gonna activate the map. We're gonna chain starter, chain DDL, sending the starter for cost to bounce back the map, and then starter will resolve, summoning out either a blue or a jet here, because we don't have another red or a carrot because we burned through them. So we're going to summon out the blue. Blue effect's going to activate here. Searching us for the jet. And we are pretty much out of any interactions here. So normal summon with the eagle in here. So if we would have activated the duster, we would have gotten rid of the map, and then we would have only had to worry about the we could have essentially negated 2 monsters here by bouncing back and negating, but we're going to see the search for the Apex Avion here. Normal summon up the street, activating the effect, banishing. Doesn't truly matter. I guess you should just banish a beast, beast warrior, or winged beast in this situation because you want to stop as many resources as possible. Then they go to normal summon out the M-Pen. M-Pen effect is going to be able to activate here. And yeah. You already used the trap card. Do you search for the continuous spell and then play the other map? Okay, searching for the Advent is fine as well here. You're going to activate Advent, I believe, to banish the Eaglin, to search for the Robina. So now we essentially just don't have the normal summon, but you both have, you can still attack with M-Pen here. M-Pen should probably crash into the Circus because Circus effect can just switch to self to defense position, activate the effect, summoning 4. They're going to be attacking into the Circus, which is going to correct play here. They're going to activate the field spell and pass their turn there. So we do have Jet in hand that we can special summon out. And sadly, we don't have any double cross in our decks. Not double cross, but the Gamma Burst, which we definitely are playing now. That card's absolutely busted. We're going to activate the Duster here, getting rid of the map like we should have before. Special summon out the Jet here. Then we're going to overlay into the Mosquito in defense position here. And then we're going to take a second to read the M-Pen there. Imagine if M-Pen made it so your opponent's attack monsters cannot battle. That would have been absolutely crazy here. So we're all taking seconds to read the Mosquito because this card is kind of busted here. Then I take another second to read it, making sure I have this correctly. The important part is when an attack is declared. So we're going to declare an attack, activate the effect, put a counter on it, and then we're going to be seeing the Pit Knight's going to die here. And then we're going to be seeing Pit Knight's going to die. Then we're going to attack with the and activate the effect, and that's going to be game there. You know, just dealing. I think it's like 27. They have, I think it was 1,000 life left, or they had 100 life left, something like that. But yeah, we're gonna be seeing the game here, you know, through the M pen. You know, pretty crazy. All that because we chose to not hit the we chose not to get greedy and just hit the duster for one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see any more Tri-Brigade or Floowandereeze content, you know, I'm very, very hyped on this Floowandereeze train. There's lots of stuff they can play, so I'm excited to see more of it. Let me know down in the comment section below, and yeah, stay safe. Peace.